Kids, you made it home. I knew you would. I knew you'd make it home safely. All right, I was thinking about all this and I was saying, yeah, you know what? I better finish this for somebody because they're going to be dealing with this tomorrow. And so we got to pretend today is tomorrow. It's tomorrow already. All right, it's magic. It's tomorrow. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to get, you've thought about it all night. In fact, you shouldn't have. You should have had a good night's sleep. But now you're going to school, and they're going to stop you before you get in school, and they want to know your answers to say, hey, well, I got my answer. I've thought about it all night, and I'm going to give you my answer at lunchtime. And pretty much 99% of the time, they're going to let you in. And then the other percent was they're going to say, nah, you're going to give me your answer right now. We're going to beat you up. And then you can calmly stand there on the school steps and say, look, I don't know if you forgot about this or not, but, there's big trouble if we get caught fighting on school grounds. Oh, man. Yeah, they forgot about it. So now you're reminding them. So, okay, we can wait till lunchtime. And they might be thinking the answer, or maybe they're thinking they're going to get dessert, which they will, but not in the way they think they're going to get dessert. So now you're inside. People are so excited that you're going to give somebody that they've had dealings with in the past. So they can't wait to hear what that is. You don't tell anybody anything. You just sit and keep to yourself. And when lunchtime comes, you get in there and you sit down. Sit down. Oh, you can sit down a table away. Do not sit down right across from the guy. Not yet. You're going to be a table. Yeah, you can be across the room, just so long as you have eye contact. You're able to see him, he can see you. And the whole time we're going to play poker, the game. It's going to be wild. Everything is wild. There's nothing wild. So you got 5 cards and nobody knows who has what, see? And you're going to look at him like to where it's going to be something like maybe, what are you looking at? And then you're going to say, I'm going to give you my answer after I'm done eating. Oh, this is beautiful because everybody's going to wonder, who is this guy standing up to this guy? He's the smallest mouse. He's the smallest mouse in the house. How could this be? Well, you got some tools here that you're gonna work. You're gonna work these tools so well too. I know you will. So now you're looking at him. He's looking at you, and you find well, you're done eating. So you're gonna get up and you're gonna go over to him and step right up to this table. There's probably going to be some people. So you want to sit right across from him. So you're going to tell the big kid or little kid, whoever is sitting across, excuse me, I got to talk to this guy, and they'll be more than happy to get up. They'll probably stand behind you. And then you're going to tell the guy, look right at his face and say, well, I understand we have a misunderstanding. And he says, yeah, I'm going to beat you up. And then you're going to say, still no fear, because they're living to have some of that fear given to them, believe me. And so you don't have any fear. You're just saying, you're staying with the program. Yeah, Dad gave me some rules. Dad gave me a few rules. And you'll only have to tell them 2 of them. You never tell them rule number 4, or it'll never work. And I'm not going to go over the rules with you guys. Sorry. We got you telling him that, yeah, Dad told me I gotta follow. Well, Dad told me I can never start a fight, but I can never run from one. And you're looking right at him. As a matter of fact, he says, I gotta arm wrestle first. And you never say, before we fight, I gotta arm wrestle. You never bring up fighting. As far as it's a mute non-topic, sort of like spaceships or something. It's a non-topic. Nobody talks about that. And if they do, they probably shouldn't have. I'm sorry. Let's stay with the program. We're with you saying, yeah, I got arm wrestling. And these, let's say a positive thing would be you're big or you're medium, bigger medium, because you could maybe beat them 2 times and lose 2 times. And these are wins, phenomenal wins, and you'll be left alone. The medium guy, you're going to be, maybe you win 1. That's enough. And as a matter of fact, even if you have some strength and you're getting close to winning, that's enough sand to where this guy or guys just may consider leaving you alone. But you're now the little mouse that just lost 3 times this way and 3 times that way. And but when you do this, little mouse, and I'm just saying probably 3 to 70 out there right now that saying I don't want to go against this guy, but you have to, and I'll explain why. You're gonna every time you lose this way, it's gonna be 6 times, hands down. But every time you're gonna look at him and say, all right, one more time. And you're allowed 3 times this way, 3 times that. Never goes more than that. So forget about trying any more than that. So you've lost 6 times, but you're just putting up a face like you cannot believe it's happening. And then after the 6th time you lose, there's no way out. And you're gonna really look at them like you're disappointed, really disappointed. You're disappointing yourself, but you're disappointed not at him, but then you say, "Good job." Put your hand out. Put your hand out to him. You know why? He's going to sit back and wonder, what the heck? Who is this guy? Why is he saying good job? He's never heard good job. In fact, he's heard bad job, bad job. And why is this guy that got beat 6 times saying good job? You're getting the wheels going in this guy, and maybe he even likes you more. Yeah, maybe not. And so now he's saying, okay, I just kicked your butt on these things, and why should I be really concerned about anything now other than, and you say, well, Dad, he had those few rules, never 4, few rules. One was I never start or run from a fight, as you know I have not done. And now that I've finished arm wrestling you, well, the last time he heard about me not arm wrestling. And I got the black belt beating like I never had before. And you say black belt beating because they can really relate to a black belt beating. If it's not a black belt, it's going to be, something, a utensil, something that they've been beaten with. All right, it's going to be negative. And probably the rest of you kids don't know what I'm talking about because nobody gets spankings anymore. That's what I hear. So, but at least these guys that you're dealing with will have that. Now, the other part is going to be, you're going to say, yeah, you heard about it. It's not going to happen again. And they're going to say, well, what's the big deal? And you're saying, well, Dad was a boxer in the Navy. And when I was 5, he gave me 16-ounce boxing gloves. And that's true. That was a true story for me. And then I said, well, and Dad was a wrestler in high school. He was a really good wrestler, So I got wrestling techniques. I got boxing techniques, wrestling techniques. And then I got the karate techniques. And that'll be beautiful because this guy's looking at you like he's 3 times your size. And you're saying, well, I could beat the pulp out of this guy boxing. I just kicked his butt arm wrestling. I could throw this guy against the wall. But that the karate techniques, as we all know, little mice, even the smallest mouse, karate can wipe out one bunch of people. So now they're thinking, karate, woo. And then at that point, if you're a little mouse, you get up, you stand up, and look at them all as you're stepping over the seat and say, look at all of them, just him or the kids, eye to eye, everybody, and say, I have nothing against any one of you. All right? And then you back up a little more and say, loud, all I want is to be left alone. Turn around and get out of there. Get out of that lunchroom as fast. Just walk, don't run. And go to the library, something like that. So what you've done now is shown more sand than they've ever seen in their life. They don't know what the karate is all about because that's kind of scary to them, and there you go. That's all we got. I can get out of here. And oh man, I was that worst scenario. The kid that peed his pants. Right? What are you gonna do? You peed your pants. You were looking at the guy and you peed your pants, or he yelled at you. What are you looking at? And then you peed your pants. Always relieve yourself before you sit down and do this, kids. Please. But let's just say, worst scenario, you peed your pants. What do? I got something for you. I got something for you. You're going to probably be sitting with the kids. You're probably not going to be sitting anyway because everybody wants to know what you're going to do. They don't want to be associated with you. Okay. And so you're eating. Oh, my. The worst scenario is that you peed your pants. You don't even have water. You don't have a juice box. You peed your pants. Okay, so what you do is you grab a big guy that's walking by. Hey, come here a minute, and he's going to be happy to come over because he's going to wonder, what do you got to say? Something. What are you going to tell this guy? You know, maybe he's going to want to know. You're going to tell him something that nobody knows yet, and you're going to say, and then when he gets close enough, you say, I got something in my throat, and grab his juice box or water. Let's say water. It's more positive because you're gonna keep looking at that guy that wants to hurt you, and you're gonna go at your mouth, and it's gonna come all over your face, down your shirt, down to your pants. But you're not looking at anything other than, did I do this? And I'm looking at you, and now you're angrier than you were before, and you go, yeah, and you throw it, okay? And it hits the table, bounces off. That's why I say it's be positive. It's water rather than a juice box. And then you're going to say, well, you're going to look at the big guy, and you're going to say, I owe you a water. And you stand up, or you're standing up, and I owe you a water. And then this guy over there saying, who is this guy? Yelling at a big guy like that. So now you're keeping your eyes on him. You walk over and you sit down and do exactly what I just told you to do, the arm wrestling thing. Okay? Great, great, great. Now we can get out of here. Okay, goodbye, 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 goodbye. Oh man, oh man. But I'm thinking, you don't realize who you really are. You just showed yourself being more than a grain of sand by doing all those things. Plus, you're a tsunami. You are a tsunami. You are a tsunami coming down. He's the land, and you're coming down on the land. A tsunami coming down on the land. You're going to go subatomic. But you can't as a tsunami. So, all right, we'll go full circle. We're going subatomic. You are, and you preschoolers and kindergartners, get a pencil paper out. There's four laws of subatomic. All right. I know the rest of you I'm preaching to the choir, but so subatomic, we got gravity, 1G right now on Planet Terrific, and or terrible, depending on how you look at it. And your 1G, the gravity is 1G, and the bully thinks he's gravity. Perfect. And now after gravity, we got electromagnetism. After electromagnetism, we have nuclear force, and after nuclear force, we got weak nuclear force, and that's what you are. You are weak nuclear force to this bully, the gravity that's looking down at you like, I'm gonna come down on this guy. But in reality, kids, this is the funny part. The weak nuclear force is 1 million billion times stronger than gravity. Oh, that's pretty heavy if you're stronger than that, right? Well, it's not heavy, it's stronger. And so I don't know. I feel somebody saying, "Well, so what? What's the big deal about weak nuclear force? Why do I even need it?" Okay, you little birthday boys and girls, or you all have a helium balloon, right? Helium balloon, it's floating, right? And then, well, the other helium balloon, get well and happy birthday. I guess it's a positive and negative thing, but you're still dealing with helium on that level. And helium, as we know, to get to hydrogen, the only way it's going to happen is with the weak nuclear force, all right? And, well, kids, think about it, right? Doesn't our sun eats a lot of helium? So it eats a lot of helium. That's why it's so bright, And, well, think about it. If we didn't have helium or the weak nuclear force, we'd be in the dark. But we're not, okay? We're staying positive. So let's get out of, let's just work our way up to a circle of the tsunami, all right? So let's get out of there, and, okay, let's go up to, the bully. The bully thinks now he's a proton. And as you all know, a proton is 1,000 times bigger than the weak nuclear force. So the proton bully thinks he's really the big, strong guy. And maybe He's almost, because you've morphed. He doesn't know you morphed into one grain of sand. So when you compare one proton to one grain of sand, a grain of sand, a grain of sand is 1 billion times bigger than a proton. My goodness. So a proton's looking at you now, and you're a grain of sand. He's looking at you like you're you're a big rock. You're a big rock, and you're coming toward him, and well, he's going to get out of the way. All right. So we're working right up to a tsunami now. You're a tsunami, and you got sand, you got rock, and you're coming down on this guy like a tsunami. And you didn't even know. You didn't even know you were a tsunami. But now you're way more than a grain of sand. You're way more than a fistful of sand. You're more than a wheelbarrow of sand. You're tons of sand coming down on this guy. And you didn't even realize you had all this power. The sons of Hercules have been working through you because you've already gone back and forth, lost 6 times. So that adrenaline flow is really going through you. But you know what? You're using it in a creative way, in a positive way, rather than a negative way. That's all. That's all it is. So, good gracious, I'm so happy that we can say goodbye, all right? Just goodbye. And now, one school that I was in, that I had this happen, fist in hand, I was pushed down a flight of stairs, and it was and it was a kid up there punching the hand, and the teacher walked up, didn't try to stop me, and my back's against the wall. I'm looking at the kid, and he he was smiling with his fist in hand, and I'm saying, what a goof. I got detention today. And as we all know, detention, well, heck, you're going to be, it's a push. You don't have to worry about it because they'll leave you, they'll wait until tomorrow. And it didn't happen to me after my detention. They all waited for me when I pushed open the doors in my first high school in freshman year, where both my parents graduated, and they met, and it was love at first sight. And I opened up the doors, and here the kids are. Looked like a big Leo sign. It went out that way, and then because I had to go down. Kids were waiting. It was about 187, baby, 234. Yeah, they were kids. Well, they were black kids. Ho! Did I hear prejudice, guys? Prejudice! Well, rebel rouser, just please sit down. Yeah, I got something for you. But right now, oh man, we're going way too long on this because I gotta go do something. But you kids that are able now, you're able to go the rest of your day as well as school year with a reputation that these people won't bother you. As a matter of fact, you'll make more friends now for the next day. You're going to have a mob of people around you who want to know the techniques, and you never tell anybody the techniques unless you do have some. But the little mouse, it is not necessary at this time. Sort of like a Jerry Seinfeld. I prefer not to run, whatever that was, right? You know how that worked out. He's a sneaker. He snuck that in both times, but that was pretty funny. And so you're going to stay kind of like, no, it's not necessary at this time. And so, yeah, I'm going to let it go with that. And I'll say, I'll come back with, oh man, I don't want to go to prejudice. I do not, because you know why? It's a touchy situation on this planet right now. And I'm not going to go there because, well, maybe. I'm going to come back with all the black kids wanting to talk to me after school. It's really cute. It's really cute. It deals with bully, yeah. It just keeps getting better and better, kids. And I'm telling you right now, you got more things than you even knew you had before. You got more tools that I bet you can't wait to get to school and try out if you have to. If you don't, what's rule number 1? Never start a fight or run from one. All right, be well. We'll be back.